Morgie Britt here, or I guess some Strudel, as you might know me for the Halcyon uh, random legacy save. At least that's the blog I posted on. But I wanted to do a kind of behind the scenes look at how I do everything I need to do between very beginning and when you see it on your dash on Tumblr. So I've loaded up the house scenes, and just as a bit of a context, Callie here has just had her first kiss, which was a kiss on the forehead with Jasmine Vitamin. So she's got home from doing that, and I have her doing her homework. But I haven't there's nothing pre-scripted or pre-written out or anything that I'm starting with. The only thing that I know needs to happen as I play is her prom, I believe. Does it say here? I'm fairly certain that her prom is Tuesday, so the next day. So that'll happen. I'll probably take some photo shoot shots of her and Jazz like posed and being cute. And then the other thing that's going to be happening is Canary. Yeah, we'll have her birthday tomorrow. But I mean, that's all I have planned is just events that I know are coming up in game. Probably won't happen in this round of playing, but Noki is also pregnant right now, so that would be another potential thing. So let's just get into it. I'll play a little bit to show you how I take photos and whatnot. So when I go to take photos, obviously I pause the game and I go into cameraman mode, which is tab, and then I arrange my camera. So Q, hitting the letter Q brings you down, and I think that's all the, like, a bunch of letters on my keyboard are rubbed off, and so it's like totally muscle memory. QWERTY, so it must be E. Brings you up, Q down. So I get into a good position to where I can take a good photo. I like to try to keep it fairly close on their face just because, I don't know, that's the cutest part. So when I get a good angle, if I don't, like, I might take a picture here, but then I'll let it play for a little bit and see if she makes a better face. So the other thing is, as I'm playing, I'll have kind of ideas for dialogue or text that I'd put with a picture. So for example, what just popped into my head as I was doing that, because she had this kind of I don't know, she had like a slight smile, like maybe she's thinking about something other than her homework as she's working on it. And so I'm like, oh, when I go to post it, I'll probably end up writing something about, like, when you're trying to do your homework but all you can think about is your prom date for tomorrow, or, you know, something along those lines. So it's not like that was pre-planned. It's just as I'm playing, I feel connected to my characters and what's going on in the story. So it's like ideas for what I would end up writing, you know, caption wise, kind of come to me. So to round it out, I'm going to take a picture of her little sister, and I'll kind of talk a little bit about, I guess, like, what is that? Aesthetically pleasing. So, of course, my pointer is in cameraman mode, but you kind of, like, I like to not always have all my subjects exactly perfectly center. So especially when there's other cute things next to my Sims, like these planters with little piggies, I'll have the sim off to one of the sides and not have it perfectly centered. And then similarly to before, I'll let it play and see if she makes another cute face. Oh, I missed that one when her eyes were big. So I'm just hitting P to play and pause. She might not. Stupid phone. I could like turn the ringer off. Sometimes it's also fun to like zoom up and get like a picture of hands and stuff. You can crop it and kind of use it as like a supplemental image, you know, to go with the other one. So I'll do that. Okay. But mostly I just kind of let it play. I'll pause when I'm like trying to take a picture and stuff, but what are you doing? Putting away toys. I don't know if I've had her write much today. Because she's just self-employed writer, so she just does her own thing. Bee loves this fairy house. But I don't take very many pictures of her doing it because it's like fairies, although they're cool, like most of their actions are like so invisible. Like, oh, I turn into this ball of light and I do cool things, which a photo doesn't really capture that because it's like a tiny little ball of light. No, your birthday's tomorrow, I don't really care. Bee's just loving that thing. I also like to just sometimes look at the surrounding area. This town, world, whatever, is so small, like it's literally so small. It's super tiny. So it's almost kind of hard to take photos because it doesn't like to like render very many spots or whatever, load them up. So sometimes it's hard to take scenery shots. It's like so small that you're kind of close, but you can tell it's like not loaded in. So I don't think I've taken very many scenery shots of this town. I mostly take it at the front of the house. So she's eating. Oh, what I was gonna do. Bee has to, as part of the Random Legacy Challenge, keep up a collection of something. And I chose gems. So, there's a couple spawners that are laid down in some of these lots. So, every day or every other day. She's supposed to do it once a week. So that's, I just kind of do it every time I think of it. Sure, that'll be at least once a week. That thing was like roaming around the scene with Callie and Jazz. One last place I'll check. I had kind of planned all along once I chose Jazz to be her next spouse, to have him be introduced and like come up to her when she's crying and comfort her. And I kind of figured it'd be something around prom. And originally I was thinking she was going to ask the other guy to prom with one of her little inventions, and the students would get, or like he would, I kind of imagined him being like, I don't know what to say, I don't really want to go, but then other onlookers would laugh and point and call her a nerd and all that stuff and send her out crying because she feels embarrassed. So that was kind of my, I guess, original idea when I first was like, okay, here's this new character, how am I going to introduce him? So that's really the first time I've done very much storytelling in this save. It's not a frequent thing, but when there is something big like that that I want to do something with, I'll yeah, come up with some idea, and then I just, hope you're not offended by a teenage naked body. I'll have the general idea, and then I'll go in and pose and whatever needs to be done to get some shots so that I could write something to go with that general idea. But I never ever do like pre-scripting. It's like just a very general broad idea of what I want to happen, and I don't even usually go pose hunting. I usually just kind of, you know, use the stuff I have, and if I find that I really can't pull off a scene that I feel is absolutely necessary, I'll either go pose hunting or make something myself. But I'm just too lazy for that. I don't know how long I'll do this for, if we'll get to the posing when they're going to bed, so hopefully it'll be not too long. Go to bed, sweetheart. Anyway, so, but then Callie turned into to a teenager like on, I want to say a Saturday or Sunday. So like literally a day or two ago. I think I have it set to maybe 9 days, 8 days, 8 or 9 days. Like, so she's just barely been a teenager. Pretty sure it was Sunday. So she's like, this is her, you know, first full day as a teenager. And as soon as she aged up, I got the message saying prom's coming up on Tuesday, you know. And I'm like, crap, that doesn't give me very much time to pull off that whole scene. And I mean, I still probably could have. But ironically, I kind of got the story that I ended up doing because it kind of happened to my sister, which I feel bad. There was this guy, he's an exchange student, so I don't know if it's a cultural thing, but he kind of led her on and was like super flirty and like just different with her, and they've been friends all year, and was asking her if she was going to prom, and just like, oh, you should come over and see me, like after his soccer game, and like putting his arm around her. And then he like turned around and asked one of her soccer teammates to go to prom. So sad story, but that kind of inspired me, like, oh, I'll do that, that's a little simpler, and I don't have to try to shoot a scene with one of her inventions, which would have taken a lot of effort. And I mean, I guess I could have had her just mention that, but I kind of felt like if I went that route, I wanted some pictures to go with it. Alright, I think all the humans are asleep. My game never automatically fast forwards anymore because one of the cats are always awake. So, Huckleberry Ripple Sunday, he's a toddler I made for the Berry Palette Celebration Week thing that happened this last September. Anyway, he was a toddler I made, and I just stuck him in the world because I did. And so he's an adult now, and he's like seriously hooking up with all the ladies and then breaking up. Like, this is like his third or fourth romance, and it's kind of hilarious. Alright, so she has school in a little while, and she's in a pretty good mood. I'll probably have her go to the bathroom. That's the thing, is my style has kind of morphed into less storytelling and more just like gameplay, and you'll see I kind of try to put little spins of story on the gameplay stuff, or like when she's doing homework, you know, like I explained the thought that popped in my head, and try to make it a little more interesting than saying Calla Lily is doing her homework, period. So, oh yeah, it's her birthday today. I don't know what I'll do. I almost want to have her, like, not go to school and just do it now. I might do that. I also have ideas planned for her, teenage years. Kind of. Not really. Like, very loosely. Fill it up. I don't know. Like, because she has commitment issues, so she's gonna just kind of like bounce around a lot with who she likes. So I guess not big plans, but like I'm excited to try to figure that out. So she's gonna date like all the boys that are in town. So we have Fudge, Kilowatt, who's probably close to her age, Sorrel Lullaby, who's probably close to her age, or she could date the ones closer to her sister's age, Cinnamon, Kilowatt, and oh, she doesn't know him. Doesn't look like she knows Fudge. So, alright, Toffee. This is Toffee Lullaby, the heartbreaker of Callie, who she wanted to ask her to prom. Like, obviously that's totally invented, and they're just like kind of friends, not even like real friends. They're just acquaintances. But she went to his house once as a child and did her homework with him, so in my mind they're friends. So, shouldn't you be going to work? Oh, she has today off. Okay. All the more reason to have a birthday party. Alright, go on, Callie. Because we're having a birthday party without you. Alright, so you guys should definitely come watch your daughter age up. She'll talk to friends because
Fancy.
yeah, her homework's good. So this is another case. I don't know. It's not that I don't like their sleepwear, but I'm just weird. Like they would be embarrassed if they were like on the internet in their pajamas. I don't know. So sometimes I just like to put them in their everyday clothes. All right. Okay. I want to turn down these. I watched a little segment playback and I felt like I don't know, the noises were still a little too loud compared to my voice. Okay. Hopefully that's better. Alright. Get some good faces in there. I mean, I know everyone's seen these exact faces 1,000 times, but I always try to get a different take on it. Maybe I go up and do an above view, or I don't know. I try to make it interesting if I can. But ultimately, especially on some of these, it's like I just try to keep close to her face because, again, not that that's like a bad picture if I zoom out, but by the time you put that on Tumblr, it's like you lose all the detail on their faces. And I mean, sometimes I will, or I also really like to get kind of like setting a scene type of photo. So when I'll post it, I'll put two on the same post, and I'll have one photo that's more of like, okay, where are they at in the house? Like, you know, in a play or in a book, they're going to set the scene. So I try to do that a little bit. I'll zoom out and really show you, okay, where is everyone? Where are they all located? You know, look at the cute decorations I put in the house. And then zoom in on the action, the faces and stuff. So that's something else I like to do with photos. Like, okay, yes, her moms are both there watching her grow up. Okay, come on. Let's get zoomed in. I also have been really liking like timing it right so the sparkles show up after I like dress her, because obviously no one's game is gonna have them age up into perfect clothes. So I like to take a picture when there's the sparkles before, and we'll see how well this goes. It's always hard. Oh my gosh, her face! I love it. Okay, that's perfect. And I keep in cameraman mode usually, and I just like try to. Okay, so we get that. I'm gonna choose a trait, and it glitches out for a minute. Okay, that one I may have missed. Photographer's eye. Pause. Okay, so it's not always the prettiest picture, but I like to try to pause it when there's still sparkles there. So this is evidence that yes, my Sims grow up and look ugly just like everyone else's. But then I go right into NRAS. So if I'm trying to explain it. So usually I just go into stylist because that works great. I usually go into create a sim when they're a toddler and when they're a teenager, just so I can make some slight adjustments. So for example, I need to do eyelashes, which I might need access to sliders. So I do edit and create a sim. Alright, so I'm loaded in, and I'm just going to reiterate because I probably cut it out, but probably not going to show you the whole thing because my Create Sim is just super slow and laggy, but I'll show you a little bit of it. Yeah. Too much CC is what it is. And yeah, totally I could cut it down and have my game run smoother, but who wants to do that when you can have cute Sims with cute clothes and cute hair? And, well, I definitely have a ton of CC hair. Clothes, it's a lot of store stuff, I feel like, but still, Her nose feels a little short. I hope she grows into that. I try not to mess with them too much until they're adults, or I'll like jump to their adults and then mess with their face. I'm just like noticing there's like slightly too large of a gap between her mouth and her nose. Like maybe it needs to come up. Actually. Okay, behind the scenes, you see me potentially cheat. But I mean, who doesn't like slightly edit the looks of their Sims? Like, especially with sliders sometimes, or just like different parents, you know, they have slightly different looks. So you guys get a sneak peek at her as a young adult.
Anavid!
Let's see if her, oh yeah. See, that's fine. See, her mouth looks fine to me as an adult, so it's just like a teenager thing that she has kind of an odd gap, but I can live with that. So if you didn't know, this generation of the house scenes is gonna be a double air. Actually, I'll show you that while we're waiting. So generation 2, this is the rules. So couple with help, and they have to have 5 children. The primary career is an inventor, bot builder. Secondary career is a busker, and then the other primary care of the helper, or career of the helper, is culinary. So Callie is gonna be the inventor, and Canary is gonna be the culinary person. So yeah, I'm excited. We'll see what I mean, obviously there'll only be one heir going forward, so I'll probably do an heir poll after they both have some kids, and we'll decide who actually, I guess, becomes the true heir in terms of the legacy blood, but they both gotta have children. I like just go through and try on a bunch of hairs, and I try to remember which ones I liked. Like this one looks pretty cute. Not always, but when they have pointy ears, sometimes I like to like show them off, and so I keep that in mind. Nah. Okay, so I think so far this is my favorite, but I'm gonna keep looking. I do love this one. It's just like so voluptuous. I kind of like that on her. Although I might wait till she's a young adult. Like I kind of like to change their hair at each step. Not always, but I really like that one. Like really, really like it. I don't know. No, I think I just want to use it. And if I start with eyelashes. These things are so amazing. I love them. And there's just so many styles too. It just feels like surely I'll find one that looks good on each and every sim. I kind of like, I don't know, it really depends on the sim, but these ones with this type of picture, like I don't know, like with the bright colorful eyelash words, I guess is how I recognize them. I don't know. They just seem, I tend to usually like these ones better. I don't know why. Like occasionally on some sims, these ones just seem bolder, if that makes sense. Like these ones seem slightly more natural and light. Alright. So then I go up to her sliders. They fit fairly well, probably because she inherited eyes and sliders from a parent that they're made to fit. But I do want to eyelash bottom heights, move them down a little bit. And I almost feel like her corner. Okay, so let's talk about putting a nose mask on, because I feel like some people don't know entirely how to do that. So you pick the general shape that you like, and then you go into the changing color, and especially when they're totally like very sim with a completely different color of skin, if it's, I'd pick one of these that's the closest to get me like started in that direction. So I'm gonna lighten this up, and like looking at this is kind of pinkish and it's just too pink for her nose, so I'm gonna pull it back, and I'm watching here on her nose. I'm not looking up at the color wheel. So sometimes I'll pull it too far and I'm like, oops, that's green, I don't want it, and I move it back because I generally know where the colors are on the color wheel. So I just move until it kind of just blends into her nose the best that I can get it. So right there looks pretty decent. I might lighten it a little more, play around with the darkness, lightness. I think I kind of like it right in there. And then I take this one and I do the same thing, and I just drag it around till I feel like I get a color that's close to her skin. And so I get it as close as I can, which, you know, even if I left it there, that's not bad. And then I like to pull the opacity down a little ways, and that just gives you a little bit more, you know, like, what is that? What word am I looking for? Like, just a little bit of a forgiveness, I guess, you know, if the colors weren't exactly perfect. So then you have that, and if you didn't know, you might not ever know that she had a nose mask on, you know, just kind of gives her a little bit of brightness on the tip and then darkens the underneath. Okay, so vanilla nose mask is what I put on there, and then let's find some blush. I think I probably had, I can't tell if that one's, I don't know. I usually like either doing the one, I always basically use Simple Life blushes. They very rarely do I not use one. But there's the one that has like the freckles built in. I'm trying to remember if I used that on her or not, but I am almost thinking I didn't. Oh yeah, see, this is the one that has kind of built-in freckles on it, but I don't think I used that one on her. Not that I couldn't now, but so again, I have the multiple location spots on, so if you right click on something you just put on, it takes it off, and you're not going to lose that nose mask that you just worked so hard on. So I just right click to turn it off when I end up not liking it. Probably 8 is what I'll go with. Okay. So then I mess with the color a little bit. I want it still kind of, yeah. And then usually with this again too, I pull down the opacity a little bit. Cute, cute. I don't know, I kind of like that, honestly. Like, I know it's like totally 70s, 60s, something like that. 70s, I think. But, oh, it's so cute. Like the little scarf around her neck, and I'm feeling it, you know? Why not? Why not? So the other thing that I do all the time, if you have followed me for any period of time, is I put patterns on just about everything. So that's what I'm gonna do. I made these umbrella patterns recently. I love them. Maybe I'll try to use them somewhere. Oh, they're so cute. Ooh, I really like that. Okay, so I'll probably do white as the background. And I have all my colors saved here. So we'll do the darkest because I love that color. And then we'll do something a little lighter. And that green seems fine. I'll do something even a little lighter. I just want to make sure there's like a difference. And does it look better like that? No. Okay. Yeah, it just doesn't look quite right. Okay. Stars on the little umbrellas. Those are so cute. I almost want to use those. Yeah, why not? Why not? Okay, this one clearly needs to be the darkest. And then we'll find something sufficiently light to balance it out. I still feel like it needs to be darker. Maybe this just needs to be lighter. Or what if I do white and this, but I swap them. Yes. I like that. Very much. Very, very much. Okay. I know I just keep using this darkest color, but I just love it. That'll work. Cute. Alright, so I won't make you sit through any more of this boring creative sim stuff as I get the rest of her outfit set. Alright, so I finished getting her all her outfits set. So again, I like to capture her all made over like it's a magic trick, and she just happened to grow up and age up this way, which you know from even the short amount that I showed you that it took me forever to get her set up this way. So taking a few angles, and then I hit play, and she does that cute little face that I can show with the sparkles. And these are the type of photos I usually put their new treat on. Awesome. Yay! She's a teenager now. She wants to attend prom. We'll see if she can go tonight. I would imagine she would be allowed because she's a teenager now. Yeah, I'm totally loving the like pantsuit. I don't know why, it's just so cute on her. Maybe it's because she has kind of almost maybe a 70s hairstyle. I don't know. Alright, so we'll check back in once it's close to prom and I do a little bit of photo shooting so you can see how I do that.